Hi, my name is Seth Berger. I wanted to walk through how Wappalyzer works with ZAP and how we might be able to use it through the API and what the benefits of it are. So if you load up ZAP here, you can see I've got a new site here, and I want to run a scan against about.gitlab.com. Before we do that, what we want to do is install the Wappalyzer. So Wappalyzer is a plugin, or an add-on as they're called. So we'll go over here into the Manage Plugins, and we'll go to the marketplace since I don't have it installed. You can see here, there's a new version, 18.0, it's an alpha, and we'll install this. So this is important to understand. It doesn't come packaged with ZAP by default. So if we wanted to run it from a DAST perspective, it's something that would need to get installed into the Docker image. Once it's installed, you get a new tab right here called Technology. All these are blank because we haven't run any scan, but let's go ahead and run a scan real quick against about.gitlab.com. We're in standard mode and safe, so it's not doing anything malicious. We'll run that for a couple of seconds here. You can see it's done a bit of scanning. We'll hit stop. And then we come over to the Technology tab, and you can see what Wappalyzer has found. So the website's using Bootstrap, Google Analytics, Google Font API, jQuery, Marketo, Mermaid, Varnish, GSAP. So it gives you a couple of these. In some cases, you'll get version numbers if your server is using Nginx and showing a Nginx version or an Apache version or some type of header. It will often show that here under version and the technology. So there's a nice little inventory of what's happening on your website. Now, this add-on has been really nicely written. So if we come over here and browse the API and click on local API, there's support for Wappalyzer. And so if we come over here to list all, and we'll need an API key. So let's come over here to our tools, options, copy that key, and then plug in the key here. And you can see we're getting the same information, Bootstrap, Google Analytics, Google Font API, but we're now getting this in a JSON format. So theoretically, we can actually run Wappalyzer on the Docker image from a command line, use the API, and then get exactly this data that we're seeing right here, get this back in a API format. So we certainly can use that. Now the question is, what good is this information from a DAST perspective, and why would we care about this for DAST? This likely would not change much from a DAST scan. We're unlikely to say, okay, we've got Bootstrap, let's go look for Bootstrap vulnerabilities, or Marketo or Varnish. Although there are some potential opportunities there, those opportunities are far between. Regardless, we've got all the rules running without this information. So if there's known vulnerabilities and there's a ZAP plugin that is checking for Bootstrap or jQuery or vulnerabilities, we're going to get that regardless of the information coming back from Wappalyzer. Now, the benefit to something like this is this may give you some kind of risk information, or if you want to run this on a group or perhaps an instance level, you could look at, are sites within your organization running Bootstrap? Are they running Google Analytics? Are they running jQuery? Are they running Varnish? And look at the different tools that are deployed in an organization, and then create potentially some reporting across the organization or across all the projects in a company. So that's a quick demo and quick overview of how Wappalyzer works in the context of ZAP. Thanks.